shove it in here. Somebody joined. Hello, hello, hello. Watching these jackasses fly through this truck stop like their asses are on fire. What's up, Brandon? Thanks for joining in. My live streams are very unstructured. Pretty much let the commenters choose the path. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns, just sit here and shoot the shit. We got Swift backing in over here. You tried once. Let's see if you can get it. Oh, nice. Where are you heading? Wow, where's home and where are you heading to home from? Come on, Swift, you can do it. What's up, Hunter? No Texas this week for me. I'm in Florida. No, I don't know where Elk City is, but it shouldn't be too far from Dallas. Come on, Swifty. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, he's getting out to look. It's better than hitting something. I will always respect a person who gets out to look. Oh, okay. Oh, you're out in Grand Prairie right now? I wish I was in Texas this week, but you know what? Texas is my first love. Florida's my second. So, I'm happy. I like Florida. Though I don't know if I could live here. My wife swears up and down she could. I think her first ride through on a hurricane would change that shit real quick. Oh, my nose itches real bad. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. 50 miles from the house. Yeah, Florida is beautiful. I've been here many, many times. I haven't gone to any resorts or anything like that since I was a little guy, but well, more of a little guy than the little guy. um, but over Thanksgiving, sorry, I keep looking this way. I'm distracted by Swift, but he's getting guided into his spot now. He's got it. All he's got to do is straighten out and get underneath it. He's got it. driving a really nice T680. But yeah, we came down here we went to Miami for Thanksgiving, and my wife and I took a day trip down to the Keys, and they were very beautiful. I loved it down there, except they were still cleaning up from, what was that, Irma, I believe? And so there was like piles of shit over there. Like, not shit, but like trees and pieces of houses. I'd never seen anything like that before. But my wife, even after seeing all that, she swears she could live in Florida. Maybe just not the Keys, because the Keys become part of the ocean when there's a hurricane. But she fell in love with the Miami area. But being a truck driver, I don't make enough to live over there. Yeah, see, Hunter, I made a delivery in Orlando this morning. I was in Wildwood at the beginning of the turnpike. I had an hour and 16 left on my 70. And so I got there early as fuck to avoid the traffic. And they unloaded me, and then I PC'd over here to Cocoa, where I'm sitting for the night. Yeah, see, what's fucked up is I wanted to get this load in yesterday. I called here. This was my moment of the morning. I called yesterday while I was going through Atlanta to see if they would take the load. The guy said no. Chances are there's not going to be anybody there. I said, okay. Well, see, if I'd have been able to get the load in yesterday, that would have put me at about 3,850 miles for the week. Cha-ching, right? That would have been a record breaker for me, doing that all in 1 week. Because anytime I've ever had miles that high, it's because there was carryover from the week before. So I was looking at, I don't like to talk about how much I get paid, but I was looking at almost a $2,000 gross paycheck, which is fucking phenomenal. I could have really used it. Guy said no, deliver it on Monday. So that's what I did. And come to find out, they would have taken it yesterday because they actually needed the shit on Thursday. So yeah, I could have had an amazing week. But because I went from, started off the week, went from Gary, Indiana to Arlington, Texas, like usual. Ran over to Fort Worth, took that up to Streetsboro, Ohio, which is like northeastern Ohio. Then I picked up a load out of Rittman, which is like an hour west. Took that over to Gary to drop it. Then ran out to our office in Hampshire, Illinois, which is like, it's by where I used to live in Huntley, like down the street. So it's basically an hour away from Wisconsin. And then I took that down here to Orlando, and I could have fucking made it yesterday. I could have, and they would have taken it yesterday too. But this fucking guy didn't know what he was talking about. So instead of a 3,800 mile paycheck, I'm going to be getting I think 2,700 mile paycheck, which it's not bad, but it's, come on, almost 4,000 miles in a week. That would have been take my wife out to a nice dinner kind of paycheck. Oh, I'm not out of Dr. Pepper. I just saw that comment. Dr. Pepper is my shit, along with Mountain Dew. I will never turn down Mountain Dew. What's up, Daniel? Oh, a 400-mile week? Would not be happy. And see, I skipped going home this weekend for the sole purpose of getting this load in yesterday. So, oh well. But listen, let me grab my phone. We'll do some math real quick. right, so let's see what we're gonna. The load's delivered, so whatever the miles are here is what I'm starting the week with. So we went from Gary, we deadheaded from Gary to Hampshire, and then we came down to Orlando. So I'm starting off the week with 1,294 miles. I guess it's not bad. I'm going to be running recaps the rest of the week. For those of you who might not know, I've been hanging out a lot on Zello, which is that app that Ike Stevens is always talking about. It's actually pretty cool. It passes the time. It's like having a long distance CB on your phone. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, that does suck. See, I gotta catch up on my car note from when I was local. That's part of the reason I went over the road, and I'm trying to catch up on it. But the last 2 miles, and I had to pay school registration, buy school uniforms, buy school supplies, pay the phone bill, pay rent to my in-laws, and a whole bunch of shit. And I'm trying to catch up on my car. They haven't called me in a while, which is concerning. So normally they're calling me all the time, and I'm really hoping my car ain't up for repo right now. Because when I was living in the apartment, a lot of times it would come down to, do I pay rent or do I pay the car note? Family needs a roof over their head. That's why I will always vouch for over the road. I will not vouch for local. I didn't make any money. Maybe I lived a little bit too above my means too. That could be. But trying to support a wife and a kid, paying rent, paying fucking cable, paying a car note. And the car note was more than I wanted it to be. I needed a car, and my old car payment was like $300 a month. The fucking car went to shit, and now I'm stuck with a $500 a month car payment and more expensive insurance. Because I went from a 2002 Civic to a 2013 Fusion. I think there's something in the air at this truck stop. It must be the salt water or something. 'Cause, man, people cannot bag for shit over here. It's like the Special Olympics. Yeah, and it's ridiculous because I have bad credit thanks to that CR England shit. And so I can't, if that wasn't on my credit, I would have a phenomenal score because I really have no other debt. So I can't get a decent car loan. I can't get a decent mortgage. I can't, it sucks. It really does. I would have at least a 680, if not a 700 credit score. If it weren't for CR England fucking me over, and they fucked themselves. I'm not paying them because Warner said we will take the loan over, and they told Warner no. So if you say no, that's a void of the loan. You can't legally keep asking for money. And I do get those letters from time to time, Hunter. I'm just waiting for when I actually have $1,000 to give it to them. Maybe with tax returns this year, I'll just say, here, there you go. Get the shit off my credit report. Then I'll go and refinance my car and get a lower payment. Because with the amount of interest I have to pay, the lady said that out of every $505 I give a month, if I were to be paying on time, only $11 of that goes towards the actual cost of the car. The rest is all fucking interest That's fucked. It's really fucked up. $11 towards actual value. $11. It's like 2 packs of cigarettes towards the car. It's that's dumb. It's ridiculous. I've got like a 26% interest rate or something like that. I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's fucking rate. Yeah, see, I went. These assholes, and I didn't see this until after I got home and signed the papers and everything. They took my car, and they took $1,500 that I didn't have, and on the paperwork it says I put no money down. When the value they gave me for the car and the $1,500 together was about $3,000. Fucking, I'm about to talk shit about my own people. Fucking Polish bastards. Because they were sitting there talking in their little language together and sitting there looking at me going, they're like, oh yeah, we totally got this non-Polish speaking motherfucker. I wish I did know Polish. That way I could go, I know what you're saying. You're not going to be fucking me today. But I got fucked. Guess that's what I get. Yeah, Pyro, I'm live on YouTube. I haven't been on Zello all day today. Delivered early this morning and I've been catching up on some much needed sleep. I found my hairbrush too, so no more dreadlocks. Yeah. They took that big old fist of interest and stuffed it right up my ass. But you know, in some ways I did it to myself. I could have paid the CR England loan. But as a matter of principle, I'm not paying them. If they were straight up honest with me, and if they hadn't told Warner, no, you can't take over the loan, then they'd have been paid already. I'm waiting to get a letter like Hunter got, where they can settle it for fucking $500. They sent me a letter like that, and I'm doing it. Now, see, I've kind of wanted to let my hair dread, but my wife won't. She won't allow it. She thinks they're gross, and I'm too fat for dreadlocks. I'd have to drop about 150 pounds. Go back to my high school weight. Oh, that sucks. Were you in your tow truck? Or your car? Yeah, see, I got about 3 more years to go before I get close to that 7-year mark. And I agree. Fuck CR England. In fact, maybe I'll, after this video goes up, I'll put them right in the tags so they can see me say, fuck CR England, I ain't giving them their money. And if you want a really, really, really good laugh, go on YouTube, well, like you already are, and type in CR England rap video. There is seriously, it is posted by CR England themselves. some CR England drivers made a rap song about how great CR England is. Like, CR England, them wheels is rolling. Really? Because most CR England trucks I see are sitting in truck stops or sitting on the side of the road. They're not rolling. And I honestly feel bad for some of them. I got a buddy of mine who stuck with them and then went to Celadon and then went to Crete with me. And, you know, each time, of course, his pay went up. And he was talking to a couple CR England guys who were sitting, and they asked him if he had like $5 or something so they could get something to eat because they were broke and hungry. And my friend told him, well, how long you been driving? They said, yada, yada, you know, long enough to go get a better job. And he told him, well, why don't you come work for Crete? If you like doing over the road, come work for Crete and make 48 cents a mile. And they're like, no, you can't. Apparently CR England drilled into these poor guys' heads that you couldn't make more than what Hunter just said, 17 cents per mile. Swift pays a lot more. Swift pays 38 cents a mile. We're going to have to check those out, Pyro. Especially that semi-tractor. That, I bet that dude's asshole was puckering. Oh, yeah, and you know what? I'm always amazed at how strong the Kingpins are. Because, that fifth wheel is only holding on to something about the size of a fucking beer can. And it's yanking 40, 50,000 pounds. In some guys' cases, way more than that. I've seen a lot of pictures of trucks dangling and shit, and the Kingpin was what was holding them back. How is it working at Euro United? Because if I move to Texas, well, no, you know what? I'm probably going to stay with my company. I like it here. I got a very good relationship with my boss. In fact, today I texted him that I wish I was closer to a beach because I don't have the money to spend on an Uber. And I'm only like a 30-minute drive from the beach. I could have gone to the beach today, but I don't want to spend the money on an Uber. And it's a 5-hour walk otherwise. So I texted him, oh, I wish I was parked closer to a damn beach. And this asshole texted me back, nobody wants to see you shirtless on the beach. So I told him, you know what? Next time I go to the beach, I'm going full-blown Speedo, and I'm sending all of you pictures. Yeah, that's nice, because 1099, man, that can be confusing as fuck. Especially setting money aside to pay your taxes. Yeah, I'm trying to get to a state where I'm more financially responsible. It's rough, you know. I had it really hard when I was living in the apartment, but all my bills were paid, except the car note sometimes got paid way late. But all my bills were paid. It was almost like paying the rent was like the foundation of my bills. And now that I don't have the rent anymore, I feel all fucking like discombobulated. And like I don't know what to do. Trying to get, you know, settled and at my in-laws, and it's madness, and my finances are madness. Because shit. sorry, I changed things up. You know, I went from living in the apartment being local to living at my in-laws and being over the road right away. So I'm trying to get back into the swing of bills. Sometimes I wish I got paid every 2 weeks instead of every week. We got 4 people in here, and only 3 people have hit the like button. So why don't you go ahead and go smack that like button with your big old Viking paw. Smack that big old thumbs up boner button. And I'll tell you how you can make 6 figures and be winning out here as a company CDL big rig team driver. Did you have to pay for the truck? Oh! I guess being RVT works. Look at that. Got another thumbs up. What's up, smooth operator? No, see, I would cash my checks every 2 weeks, except my boss is expecting me to cash it every week. Because we had a guy who we used when we would do the flower deliveries, and we get money, bonus money for the racks that we returned. We get them every 2 weeks, and this guy saved up his cart checks for like 2 months. He wasn't cashing them. Then he went and he fucking cashed them all, and it was like $3,000 or $4,000. Fucking gave my boss a heart attack. Smooth operator, I am not an owner operator. I want to lease a truck. I'm trying to talk my boss into it because I would like to make some respectable money out here. He pays me a good wage. He really does. This is the most I've ever made behind the wheel. But I feel that the only way you can make some true money out here is to just be your own thing. So I'd really like to, I'm trying to talk him into lease to own. I've looked at other options, but I'm nervous to jump because I really like this company. I have a loyalty here. I can't turn my back. I just need to get the miles. That's, you know, I'm really the first person who's done full blown over the road for this company. So I know what I'm doing, but there's learning curves for them. Although things are a lot smoother over the road than they were local. I'm going to try and tell my boss, you'd be better off as a long haul company with a small local fleet, because shit out here runs smooth. Yeah, Pyro, right? I feel so bad for Rusty. Hey, you should jump on Zello and tell Rusty's ass to come jump on in here so we can talk about his Isuzu that he drives. What kind of truck are you driving, Hunter? I've been meaning to ask you that. I'm very curious. And if the little birdie in my boss's ear does succeed, I will be getting a Peterbilt 389. I know I got to save up before running my own truck. But it's something that's got to happen eventually. I don't want to be out here till I'm retired being a fucking company driver. I want my own ride. And I do have a business mindset, so I do believe I can pull it off. Are there weeks that I'll probably stumble and fall? Yeah, that fucking everybody has those. But it's something that's got to happen because I've already made the decision that I'm going to be a driver until they got to take the wheel away from me. Whether it's because my cold dead hands are wrapped around it, or because I've lost my fucking mind and I have schizophrenia and crazy old grandpa has to get out of the truck. So, a Volvo Hunter. A Volvo? The fuck? Hunter. A Volvo. I'm gonna bust your balls now, dude. Hold on. Do you at least have the Volvo with the table? Because I will admit, even though I think Volvos are ugly as shit, and I don't like automatic transmissions, those Volvos do look very comfortable on the inside. I mean, I absolutely love my International that I'm in, but holy fuck, dude. Slow your fucking roll, dude! This dude just fucking flew through here like a bat out of hell, all because he was frustrated at somebody taking a while to back in. Like, he just went around the turn.
This again, truck driver, I-2 test, I swear.
He took that turn to get around to the fuel island so fast that his whole truck went to the side. I do not have an LLC. Yeah, I mean this guy just fucking floored it. Unreal. I can't believe some people. Like, what would he have done if somebody like came walking out from between their truck and he'd have fucking nailed him? All it takes is that for there to be a tragedy. Like I said in a previous video of mine, people bring their wives, their children, their animals out here. When I had my wife with me last time, we were walking together, and she was looking at something on her phone. And she was paying attention, but a fucking R&L driver pulling doubles came flying through the truck stop so fast that I had to grab her and pull her back. Otherwise, she would have gotten hit. And you know, people with their kids and animals, like when I'm in a parking lot with my daughter, I make sure I hold her hand. I make sure I hold her hand and everything so she can't run away. But you know, you can't. Sometimes you turn around and scratch your ass and there's a kid running off. And all it takes is something like that to happen, or somebody's dog to run off on them, and somebody to come flying through the fucking truck stop like it's goddamn NASCAR, like a fucking drag race, for that life to be wiped out. Hey, Rusty! You see, I thought about taking my cat with me. I've got fucking 5 cats at home. 2 girls, a male black cat, and then 1 kitten from each of the girls' litters before we got my fucking black cat snipped. And what's fucked up is one of the kittens looks like it should be belonging to one of the girls, but it's the other way around. Well, that was quick, Rusty. How's it going? How's it going? Just hanging out down here in Florida. How are you doing? See, I used to have a calico cat. When I was really, I think I was 8 or 9. I was in 3rd grade, I remember that. My dad found a calico kitten out by his work, and it was wintertime, and this poor little girl, she had frostbite on her nose. Part of her ear was missing from the frostbite. So we took her in, and she was one of my best buddies up until this year. She passed away this year, actually. Come on, man, don't insult me like that. I do not look like RVT. And if I dyed my hair red, I would not look like RVT. Come on. Come on now. Come on. I might sound like him. I might talk about how you can be winning out here. I got my Beagle that's better than yours in the back seat. He's a little tired right now. We had an intense training session, but he was winning. He was winning. If anybody would like to call me right now, that'll be $59.99. Not a full 60. You got to do the $59.99 to make it sound attractive. That's winning. That's business. Oh man, I love how much hate that video brought me. Yeah, that was really, really cool running into him. I took that load from Fort Worth. I was carrying a load of LG refrigerators, the kind that my wife wants that I don't think is too necessary. They're cool. They've got the screen on them, and it looks just like, your smartphone. But do you really need a screen on a fridge? I digress. So I brought those up to the Best Buy DC up in Streetsboro, Ohio. And I saw this dude walking out from a distance at the end of the building. I was like, that looks like Will. He gets a little closer. I'm like, is that Will? Because he does the Best Buy dedicated for Warner. And sure as shit, it was Will. So he was doing a drop-in hook. He had like an hour left on his clock, so he went and he hit the service plaza that was like half hour away. And after I got unloaded, I was out of hours, so I PC'd over there. And we hung out, got some dinner, made some videos. It was a good time. I haven't seen him since I got my own truck in Dallas back in 2014. Yeah. So it's been almost 4 years. Now I just need to cross paths with my Crete trainer. I miss Tom. Tom's a good guy. Yeah. Will's a good guy. He's a little loud and abrasive, but he's a good dude. And we definitely had the same sense of humor. So the two of us in the truck together, it was a good time. It was a real good time. And what's odd is out of the 5 million drivers that Warner has, I get a trainer that lives an hour away from me. So, sorry, I keep fucking with my nose. It's itchy. It happens when I take a nap in the truck. But he lived an hour away from. He's since moved to Indiana, but he lived an hour away from me at the time when I was on his truck. So whenever he went home, whereas most students would have to get a hotel, I actually got to go home, which was really fucking awesome. So instead of staying in a hotel for Thanksgiving and Christmas, I got to go home and spend that time with my family. And he took like 4 or 5 days off, so I was home for 4 or 5 days. And I got paid for it because Warner training paid, which wasn't great, but it's always nice when you get to sit on your ass at home and drink beer and get trained or get paid. Yeah, we used to do all sorts of asinine things to each other and to other people. It was a good time. refresh the video. Maybe your chat might work. Logic is everywhere. I've seen your comments on like everybody's fucking videos. Who are you? Does that tell you who I am? I'm just a foul-mouthed metalhead who likes outlaw country too and drives a semi-truck. That's who I am. Slam a keto coffee. You know what? I don't even know what the fuck keto is. I don't know what the keto diet is, but it doesn't sound like something you should be doing. See, my diet is, I see it, it looks good, I eat it. That's been my diet my whole life, and it's started to catch up with me in recent years. I used to be 145 pounds and all muscle, because I used to be a runner in high school, but yeah, we don't run anymore. I run down the street and I'm gasping for air, wondering if I'm about to die. Of course, this doesn't help, but it is what it is. Those burgers I made were fucking phenomenal. I'm thinking about doing it again tonight. Or finally getting around to making my Italian wedding soup. I need to go in a little bit and buy some more of those trays because I'm running out. Well, I ran out. But yeah, apparently you can make burgers in the Road Pro. Who would have thought? But once I found out you could cook a meatloaf in there or a whole chicken, yeah, we were all about it. But I'm still on the hunt for my goddamn frying pan. So when I go to the Loves in Fort Worth, where I know they have it, I'm finally going to spend my fucking Loves points on it. Ridiculous. I go to fucking 5 or 6 different Loves and they don't have it. And it must be a southeastern thing because I'm here at the Flying J in Cocoa and they don't have it either. I want my fucking frying pan because I bought eggs and bacon. I want fucking eggs and bacon. And I watched a video to see if you could make eggs in the Road Pro. Doesn't look like it's a good idea. So, yeah. I want my eggs and bacon. But now that I know, I had 2 frying pans. I had 2 of them. My wife, when we were moving, she had a box full of my trucking shit. Okay, and I told her, don't throw this box away because I want to look through it. Because I'm going back over the road. There's probably some good shit in there that I want. Like my crock pot, but my crock pot, last time I used it, I didn't clean it because I was coming off the road, and by now it's probably a science experiment. So I didn't want the crock pot. The Road Pro lunchbox thing does exactly what a crock pot does, so we're good. But I had 2 frying pans in there, and she threw the fucking box away. She's like, oh, it's just a bunch of crap. You wouldn't have wanted any of it. I want my frying pans. Fuck, I had 2 frying pans? Would have been awesome. I could make my eggs and my bacon at the same fucking time. By the time I finally find one at a Love's, I'm going to have enough Love's points for 2 of them anyways. Because I'm on diamond status for the 2nd month in a row. Yeah, it went to the garbage. Fucking made me mad. There was some other shit in there that she threw away too that was probably important. But I can't really fault her for it because I was being lazy on finally looking through it. And she probably figured, he hasn't looked through it. He probably doesn't want any of this shit. So, yeah, let's toss it. But, I mean, who wants to go digging through boxes? Especially when you're moving. Because before we moved, she packed away all of the plates, cups, silverware, all that shit. And she spent like the last 2 weeks we had at the apartment at her mom's house. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? The only thing I can cook is microwave stuff right now because she packed away all the oven stuff. Now I gotta open boxes and unpack shit. I am driving for a company called Strawn Logistics. Super small company out of Hampshire, Huntley, Illinois. When I started, we only had 6 trucks, and it was strictly local. And the 6 trucks we had were... Sorry, Cameron, if you're watching this, but the 6 trucks we had were garbage. One of those trucks I think we're still rolling with today. I think it's a backup truck. It's an International that I had when I came to pick up this sleeper that didn't have any fucking cup holders. How do you make a truck with no cup holders? Anyways, we're not going to get on that rant. But, yeah, we had 2 2007 Freightliner Columbias, one of which was my truck, and I loved it because it had balls. It was ungoverned, and it drove. We had the International. We had a single axle Volvo. We had something else too. I don't remember. We had a couple other trucks. Oh, an old Columbia sleeper that since blew up. The engine blew up. But now my boss has, stepped his game up, and we're rolling with Kenworth T680s, Peterbilt 579s, International ProStars. Those are the local guys. I've got an International ProStar 2016 for my long haul. And hopefully, I don't know, what the fuck are you doing, Urshbot? I don't know what his plan is. Whether I'm going to lease her truck or not. I have a feeling I'm going to end up with a long-nosed Pete. Whether it's going to be my truck or it's going to be a company truck, I don't know. He wants one in the fleet. I want one. But oddly enough, a guy named Pete is what's holding us back from getting a Pete. Oh, shit. Well, I was working for Crete. I was doing long haul, and then I did regional for Crete. And when I was doing regional, I was home a lot. And I kind of, got sick of being on the road. I wanted to be home with my family. So I was looking for local jobs. I put in applications to like Ryder, Frito-Lay, was it Black Dog or something like that? I don't remember. None of them got back to me. I even put in applications for like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. None of them got back to me, which I didn't get. I had a great driving record. I've been driving for 2 years at the point, almost 2 years, and none of them got back. So I was looking on Craigslist, and I found an ad, and it turned out to be for this company. When I started talking to who would be my future boss, I believed in what he wanted to do, and I was driver number 6 when I came on here. 6 out of 6. And there were times where I thought, where I thought about leaving, definitely. Because everything was just disorganized, but they were getting on their feet. They were learning. Once I saw that the equipment was starting to get newer and nicer, the runs were getting better, things were falling into places they should have been, I decided to stick around. And I'm glad I did, because now we're up to almost 30 trucks, and all of which are almost brand new trucks, lease trucks, rental trucks. We're starting to get brand new trailers and hooking up with better and better customers. So that's why I decided to stick around. I saw that there could be a future here. If it were still 6 crappy trucks and the 20 crappy trailers we had, I don't know. The thing is, I get along with my boss really well. He's only 3 years older than I am, so we kind of have the same mentality when it comes to things. So it works. I'm treated with respect here. I'm not a driver number, I'm a name. This is a company where I can sit there and tell my boss, well, fuck you. And he knows I'm screwing around, and he'll say it right back. This is also a company where I have unleashed on my boss before, and still have a job. And got listened to. So that's why I'm still here. I have a loyalty. I love my company. So I'm very proud of it. See, I've been driving since 2014. So I'm still green. Exactly, Pyro. There are times where it's like, these guys will do something or plan me to do something, and it's just like, really? Like today I had to teach my boss about recap hours, because like I said, he's never really done over the road before, so he thought after 8 days you have to take a 34. He didn't know that you would get hours back after 8 days. So I did some learning on him today. I lost my train of thought. Oh, e-logs. Yeah, unfortunately we do run e-logs. You can see right there. Where is it? On my tablet. So unfortunately, yes, e-logs. Now, when I was local, we were super local and didn't really have to run logs unless we went out of air miles. We got that fixed. Oh man, I should have made a YouTube video about that. So, the other night, when I was leaving Fort Worth, I started hearing a beeping sound that would go off after 35 miles an hour. I had no lights on my dash. All my gauges were running perfectly. The truck mechanically was running perfectly. And I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? I listened to this beeping noise from Fort Worth, Texas to St. Louis, East St. Louis, Illinois. Come to find out, it was the little tracker that's installed in my truck for the logbook, the Geotab tracker. So I thought my boss was playing a practical joke on me. Ha ha, let's drive Derek up a fucking wall. He didn't even know you could set those parameters. Apparently, Rush Truck Leasing set those parameters specifically to annoy me, so that we would call, so that they could tell us that, oh, the truck needs a PM. So when I go in there next weekend, this upcoming weekend, and I give them the truck, I'm going to tell them, you do that shit again, your little tracking device, out the fucking window, gone. I am not going to, oh my God. By the time I was done for the night, or the day I was ready to smash my face into the fucking window. I was that frustrated. All I heard beep 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 all fucking night. They set the parameters to start alerting me for speeding when I would go over 35 miles an hour, and it would shut off until I hit 25. It's the only times I got a reprieve from it were when I stopped for fuel or my 30. Oh, it was so fucking annoying. I don't give a fuck if those trackers aren't cheap. My sanity, it's not a good thing when I come unglued. So my sanity is worth more than them trackers. Fuck them trackers. Yeah, I was hearing it in my sleep. I was hearing it after I pulled the brakes and was done for the day. Gave me a goddamn headache. And of course, I couldn't unplug it because then it wouldn't log what I'm doing. So it was a lose-lose situation for me. But my boss told them, you did that to the wrong driver. I wouldn't do that again. We'll get the truck in for a PM, but you drove him up a wall and he was ready to smash your equipment. So don't do that shit again. Do it to a different driver, not this guy. He's got a temper. You met your boss on an online game? That's nuts. Strange how you meet people out here these days with technology. Oh no, I won't pay for one. I won't pay for it. They can suck the money out of my ass. My boss will probably end up paying for it, and then I'll have to hear about it, but I ain't paying for it. Not happening. They do that shit again, that fucker's getting yanked right out of this truck. That was ridiculous. Almost 700 miles of beeping. Would you want to deal with it? How would you feel after that? Hey, you better not let RVT know that you've got PTSD about anything. He'll make fun of it. We're trying to get a different truck for me, because we might have another guy coming to do over the road, and I swear to God, if a new guy gets a newer truck than me, I don't fucking think so. I've been driving long enough. I feel it's time I get a brand new truck from a company. I've never had a brand new truck. My Peterbilt at Warner was relatively new, but not brand new. My Kenworth T680 day cab that I had here was almost brand new. But I want a brand new truck. I want a truck that I'm going to break its virginity, so to speak. I've done that to several of our trailers. I've been rolling with a lot of brand new ones, which has been really nice. Looks great with my truck. The wife messaged me. I should say that to him. I'm driver number 6, damn it. I deserve a new truck. Actually, a lot of the guys that we started with have since moved on, so I'm actually driver number 2 in the fleet. And with the over-the-road stuff, I'm driver number 1. A 1. But when more people start coming on, I'm the senior. Oh, that sounds good, smooth operator. Hey, you have a good night, man. Everybody, my wife has joined in. Say hi. Hi, Melly. She better hit that like button on the way in. She knows the rules. We got 7 people in here and only 8 people in here and only 4 have hit the like button. What's that? What's that? I'm trying to put the foot down, but we got a guy in my dispatcher. He's an awesome dude. He's a metalhead just like me. But he's also at the same time saying, we don't need to spend the money on a long-nosed Peterbilt right now. And oddly, his name is Pete. So Pete is preventing me from getting a Pete. What the fuck is that? I should tell him, dude, let's print up a fat head of your face and I will put it on the side of my Peterbilt. Just to confuse people. Freak people out as I'm going down the road. Because actually, at the entrance to our office, we have a cutout of some dude in a Speedo with a ripped bod. And my boss glued a picture of his face on this dude. So that's what people see when they walk into our office. This ripped, muscular dude in a Speedo with my boss's face plastered to it. It's rather amusing. And it freaked me out the other night when I went and picked up this Orlando load because I forgot it was there. So I just see this half-naked dude with my boss's face staring at me. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh yeah, that's right. This parking lot is a shit show. That's why I parked next to a dropped trailer. There's a dropped trailer on this side of me. And no one can park there. Because we're so small that if somebody takes my front end off, well, I'm kind of fucked. My wife better make me a kick-ass meal when I finally get home. Oh, Rusty's back. He's not getting his ass pounded anymore by that Isuzu. Yeah, that was good for you that you weren't in your truck when that accident happened. Well, I've only seen one Swift come in here, and he actually was able to back into his spot. Now Prime over here is having trouble. His big gay purple truck. Fucking Prime drivers do some weird shit with their trucks. Like, I get a few decals here and there. But some of the shit I've seen from Prime drivers is just like, what are you thinking? Like a few years ago, I saw one that was it yellow or purple? I have a picture of it somewhere, and it was all polka dots. Like, really? Oh yeah, the hood trucks are expensive, but they're so pretty. I either want to go with a white, lime green, or a black Peterbilt 389. Chances are it's probably going to be white because our whole fleet is white. It's 2018. I know that's racist, but we should have a little diversity in here. Should give me a black truck. Yeah. Well, I think his company puts some of those decals on there, but you definitely know when little guy is rolling past because he's got that big little guy decal on the side of his truck, and the little guy show. Yeah. Each decal adds an extra half mile an hour. Man, that sucks. That Kenworth is a pretty truck. All those recalls on it, that's ridiculous. Hi, Melody. Melody is my daughter. She's awesome. And she's very jealous that Daddy is in Florida because she loves Florida. Oh, yeah, I'm willing to bet that that's how he got subscribers on YouTube. A lot of them. When you're a rolling billboard of yourself and you got your link to YouTube on the side of your truck. Gary, I am in Cocoa, Florida, so I'm like mid-state on the far eastern side. Last night I was in Wildwood at the beginning of the Florida Turnpike. I delivered in Orlando. Now I'm in Cocoa. Yeah, she got to see her cousins in Florida over Thanksgiving. We went all the way down to Miami. She had a blast. And the number one things, the two things that she remembers the most, well, three: seeing her cousins, going to the zoo, and the fact that Daddy lost his glasses in the ocean, which is true. I was sitting with her in the ocean, and the tide was getting really strong and actually ended up taking her out of my arms. Thankfully, she got washed up onto the beach because I just barely had a hold of her. And so she'd had enough of that shit. So I was sitting in the waves by myself, and it was like lightning. Like 3 big-ass waves came and hit me in the face, and before I could react, glasses were gone. And I grabbed them when the second wave hit me, and I barely had a hold of them. And then the third wave came and just ripped them out of my hands. And yeah, I look back at my wife, and she's looking at me, and she's like, "What?" And I was like, "Gone." So that's when the phone came out and the phone call started. Walmart wanted to charge me like $500 for an emergency pair of glasses. I was like, fuck no. I ended up finding an America's Best that would get me in for a last minute and an emergency pair of contacts up in Boca Raton, which is an hour away from where we were in Fort Lauderdale. So I had to drive on the Florida interstate, blind as a fucking bat, with my wife as my second pair of eyes, my kid in the back seat, and I didn't have any time to wash all the sand off of me from the beach. Got a pair of contacts and had to drive all the way back up to Illinois the next day. So yeah. Where were we in Miami? We weren't technically in Miami. We were in Miramar, which is close enough. I think that's Broward County, which is it's right next to Miami-Dade County. All right, Hunter, you have a good one. Stay safe out there and enjoy Mississippi. Red Bluesome, it was constant beeping, not intermittent, just fucking beep, 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 beep all night from Fort Worth to St. Louis. Oh my God, it was annoying. Yeah, I'm staying here at the Flying J in Cocoa. Melody, if you're still watching, it's still really funny to you to this day, almost a year later, that Daddy lost his glasses, huh? It was amazing, though, when we drove back from Miami. Um, we got to the Loves in Jasper, Tennessee, which is right before you go back up Monteagle going west. After we got gas there and some snacks and some food, my kid fell asleep. She slept basically all the way from Jasper, Tennessee to Champaign, Illinois. She woke up like once to use the bathroom at a rest area. I could not have asked for a better child to take road trips with, because when we went down to Miami, she didn't really get fussy at all. She was occupied with her baby TV, which was her little DVD player. She had mommy's phone. We listened to Disney princess songs. She got to eat Happy Meals, which is her favorite. Chicken nuggets, not the cheeseburger. Chicken nuggets. It's chicken nuggets is life, or get out. I gotta watch my mouth now because my daughter's watching. She didn't really have a problem. Oh, don't even start with that damn Baby Shark song. She didn't really have a problem until we got to the Florida Welcome Center. And she was sleeping, and me being an idiot, I woke her up. You never wake a sleeping 3-year-old. Don't. But I woke her up, and I was like, hey, Melody, we made it to Florida. And this kid, it's too dark to go to Florida. Turn around and go to Grandma's. Like, we're freaking 20 hours away from home. You want me to turn around and go to Grandma's? Yes. It's too dark to go to Florida. But she calmed down and went back to sleep. And we made it to Miami without any further incident. But yeah, I mean, when your toddler does not throw fits on a 24-hour car ride, you gold. Best kid anybody could ever ask for. Because I was nervous because she sometimes doesn't like long car rides, and she pulled through. Very proud of her. So we left at like 4 a.m. from Huntley, and didn't get down to Miramar until about 7 a.m. the next day. It was brutally long, and I drove straight through. So my poor kid was in her car seat for that amount of time because we didn't want to stop at a hotel because I only had limited time. So, Melody, if you're still watching, you're the best kid ever. Thank you for being a good kid. Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm RVT, and my Beagle's winning, okay? He took it in the pooper earlier. He's better than your Beagle. Nice and tight. Where are my new packs of cigarettes? There we go. And see, what's funny is my kid loves YouTube. She will sit there and watch YouTube all day. Anything Disney or Peppa Pig or friggin' Baby Shark. She's all about it. And now she's on YouTube. She's got a video, or her and I made a video when she went to see Days. If any of you haven't seen that, go watch it. Okay. This live stream is going to be coming to an end. SpongeBob's awesome. I love SpongeBob. Radical dude! Yeah. I fucking love SpongeBob. Okay. I'm going to smoke one more cigarette. By the time the cigarette is done, that is when I will be ending this live stream because Fat Boy's hungry. So I'm going to smoke this cigarette and then I'm going to go in and get some more of those foil containers for my cooker. And I'm going to eat. I think I'm feeling some soup tonight. Unless they got anything appeasing in there. But truck stop food, I mean, I'm close enough to the truck stop to get to the bathroom in case I got to drop a big squirty shit. But truck stop food, I don't know. Wouldn't mind some of them hot wings they got in there though. Those are a guilty pleasure. Bye, Melody. Go have fun playing. I'll call you later. I love you. Bye. Yeah, I am on the seafood diet. I see food, I fucking eat it. Taco Bell with ghost peppers. Look, I went through some hard times in my life. Suicide is not something I'm interested in. So therefore, Taco Bell with ghost pepper, not going there. May as well stick a shotgun up my ass and pull the trigger. The way that'll come out of the fucking toilet. Woohoo! Yeah, Taco Hell. I've got names for all of the fast food joints. When Pyro here says tear gas, what he's referring to is the one time my dumbass, it was the middle of winter, my wife and I wanted to make burgers. My kid was having a sleepover at her grandma's house, so I figured, why not? We'll make some burgers. So I'm in the kitchen frying them up. And how I normally make my burgers on the grill is I'll use Worcestershire sauce and Louisiana hot sauce while they're cooking. That night, I decided to use ghost pepper sauce. Indoors, in the middle of winter with all the windows closed. I tear gassed my entire apartment. Middle of January, it was like 10 degrees out. We had all the windows open. Even my cats were sitting there by the open screen door looking at me, and they knew it was me. They were looking at me like, dude, what the fuck? Why did you do this? Damn good thing my kid wasn't home for that. It'd be an interesting ER visit. Because we were suffering. It was bad. But hey, I got names for all the fast food joints. There's Taco Hell. There's Starfucks. Slay FC. Murder King. I had more. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Crack Donald's, or Dick Donald's, whatever you want to call it. I call Whataburger Where's the Burger because of my first experience with them where I ordered a triple, took my food back to the truck and opened it up and there was no fucking burger patties on the burger. So Whataburger is Where's the Burger. I gotta think of some for the others. Give me some homework. Mix shits. See, the other night I was mad because I couldn't find my frying pan. I didn't know you could cook burgers in the Road Pro, so I settled for McDonald's. It was explosive the next day. I don't know if anybody wants to hear that, but it was bad, and I was angry about it. Angry about a lot of things. But when you're craving some fucking homemade nacho burgers and you gotta settle for shit Donald's makes you a little pissed. Oh, man. You know, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to buy the foil pans that I need. But I am feeling some chicken wangs tonight. So I might get some chicken wings. You know, just for old time's sake here. I ain't got no panties on. Damn, nobody heard me. Or they're choosing to ignore me. Alright, the cigarette's done. Thank you all for watching. You've been awesome. You've been great. We had a great conversation. My computer's almost dead because I didn't plug it in anyways. So, yeah, this will be up for you to watch anytime that you want. Have a good night, everybody. This is the road. There are some more videos coming soon. I just got to find the motivation to make them. Take care.